Here's your God Call with Reverend Bill.
A reminder today that details are important. And the reason that I bring this up is because when we remember that this is an infinite universe, one creative power that has created everything, every galaxy, every star, every planet, every plant, every particle, and every person, everything is that one shared in its own way. It turns out that our entire lives are a small detail in a very, very large universe. So when there's a detail in your life, attend to it.
None of us start out looking like a jewel. We're all rough around the edges, unfinished, a little jagged too. We're not ready for the rings, not cut out for crowns, a buried treasure waiting to be found. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times we find out who we are. Something beautiful is taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days. In the moment, the slow passing, the long and lonely nights, we don't notice all the changes the hammer, the chisel, the struggle bring to life. Somewhere underneath the weight of earth and time, the stone that is the heart begins to shine. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times we find out who we are. Something beautiful is taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days. We're all meant to catch the light. We're all meant to catch the light. We're all meant to catch the light, catch the light. But it takes patience and pressure and feeling lost in the dark, in the hard work, in the hard times we find out who we are. Something beautiful taking shape. We can't hurry through these making a diamond days, making a diamond days. We're making a diamond.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Thank you for that, Susan. And good morning, New Thought, Philadelphia. Here we are. It is April. We had April Fool's Day. I'd love to hear the prayer work stories of anything that got punked by the universe on April Fool's Day, and opening ourselves up to wonderful new things that are coming along. You, at this point, know all of the rules for doing a gathering on Zoom, so keep yourself muted except when you're going to be sharing or when we're going to be talking all at once. Like right now, go ahead and unmute and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I open myself to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself to something brand new.
I open myself to something brand new.
And I know love is right here, right now.
I know that love is right now.
And so it is.
So it is.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. Go ahead and mute your mics one more time. I will tell you that I am Reverend Bill Marcioni. Our music today is by Susan Catano, and our practitioner today is Breen Rourke, RSCP. Take it away, Breen.
Thank you, Bill. RSCP. Find out what it means to me. That joke never gets old. Maybe for you it does. New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. Whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you here today, wherever you're going next, we've been expecting you. We love you and welcome. Now, we believe that there is one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we each use that very same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs, or as we like to say, our new life begins with a new thought. Now's a great time, if you got them, to turn off your cell phone, unless you are joining the Zoom from your phone or your house phone or your fax machine or pager, anything that might go off during the celebration, disturb your calm. And I'm going to start us off with the way we like to start everything, with a prayer. So I invite you to just get comfortable where you are and settle into to knowing that there is that one power, love, intelligence, or force. It is the essence of everything, everywhere. It is that divine idea manifesting itself constantly. So I know I am an expression of that one, a manifestation of that divine idea. And so too is everyone on the Zoom, everyone watching on YouTube, everyone everywhere, everyone, everything, every idea is an expression of that one. And so I know that this celebration is that one in action. The words, the music, the ideas, the fellowship is God in action. It's good and more good, bringing light and love into the world as we catch our light in these diamond-making days. We are all those diamonds, those valuable jewels of love and light in this world. So I'm grateful for this good, grateful to know this truth, grateful for all the good here now. With love and gratitude, I claim this good, I know this good, I am this good, and I release this word into law, knowing that it is so. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Breen. And Breen is going to continue holding consciousness, knowing the truth of the love that is present through and as and in each of us and this celebration. And the rest of us get to talk about the way that prayer is working in our lives. Because the reason to do a prayer is because it actually changes something. This is not we don't owe a prayer to God, and we're not earning up God points or trying to get out of trouble. The idea of doing a prayer is to have a change, to create a newness. So anybody has a prayer work story, you can raise your hand and wave, or you can use your digital hand waver. So we've got Dina and Carolyn and Linda.
Good morning. My prayer work story is, I'm also music director of New Thought Philly, and we have our musicians planned several months in advance, and occasionally things happen unexpectedly, and we have to sort of juggle and see who's going to be able to join us. And we had such a situation this week again, and I reached out to Susan, and she was available. And she's here with us today. So she is literally my prayer work story. So thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Dina. My prayer work story too. Carolyn? You got to unmute. There you go.
Well, for the longest time, I have been dealing with a worn out computer, and that has been one of my prayer things. And lo and behold, her partner from the practitioner class called me and said, I'm sending you a computer, and it'll be here on Tuesday.
I love when that happens. I love when that
Yeah,
happens.
me too.
Yep. Thank you. And not a moment too soon. Linda, is that a real background?
Yes, it is. I'm outside. It's lovely. I'm at a pet sit and I'm outside in the yard because it's too nice to be inside. So good morning, everybody. And my prayer work story is that I've been sort of estranged from my sister for at least a couple of years. And I've been praying about, helping her out or what I can do or, being present for her. And I've also, every Sunday, I put her in the healing candle. And so lo and behold, as Carolyn said, on Saturday, oh no, it was Friday, I guess, because today's Sunday, I got a phone call from her. And we talked for a while. And then I just said, I'm really glad that you called because I've been missing, interacting. And she just like opened up. We talked for 2 hours. She told me everything that was going on and why she had been so withdrawn and all the stuff that was going on. I was able to help her with a few things and give her some suggestions for some stuff. And we talked yesterday again, and I'm really happy. So it took a while for her to hear God, but she finally called me, and I'm really glad about that. So yes, prayer does work.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Linda. Breen, your digital digits are up.
Yes, I was inspired because I have a lo and behold story too. I'll try to make this generic. Anyway, so the very first day, I've been on my job now for about three years. And the very first day there was a staff meeting and one of the teams within our organization made a presentation and I was really impressed. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I'd like to be a part of that team. And yes, Friday, it was not an April Fool's. I had an opportunity to meet with the hiring manager and submit for a role on that team. So we'll see what happens, but I'm super excited about this.
Sweet. That is wonderful. Yeah. Prayer works. And I can't say enough about it, but then again, I say a lot about it. So we'll just continue along to the announcements now. And that is going to be Sandy.
You're muted, Sandy. There you go.
Yes. Breen, can you do that horn again?
Okay.
It seems that Zoom has learned how to block a kazoo.
Okay. This budding information is on our website at newthoughtphilly.org and in our weekly e-newsletter. Please sign up on the website so we can keep in touch. Twice a day, we have a community check-in and meditation on Zoom. Everyone is welcome. They're inspiring and fun and quick, less than 15 minutes start to finish. Our spring class is No Mud, No Lotus, and it's led by our friend and master forgiveness teacher, Reverend Dr. Michelle Wadley. It combines the heart of forgiveness with the strength of spiritual principle. It's 6 Wednesday evenings beginning May 4th, and registration's now open. You can register on the website. Episode 43 of Reverend Bill's Practical Prayer Podcast is meditation. Listen on the website or subscribe on Apple, Google, Spotify, or Stitcher. You can watch the live stream of the recording session on Monday at 1 on Facebook and YouTube. Follow our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and join the 884 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. The Power of Eight Intention Circle meets on Zoom every Monday at 6:30 p.m. You can contact me for information. The Women's Circle meets on Zoom on the fourth Thursday of the month at 7:30 p.m. We changed the time from 7 to 7:30. Contact me for information. I'll put my information in the chat. The Unexpected Income Club is underway. Join the club to prove prosperity principles in the laboratory of your life. Sign up on the website, say the practical prayer every day, and donate 10% of the extra money that shows up for you. The other 90% is God's gift to you.
Just want to jump in. The Power of Eight is at 6:30 instead of 7:30.
No, the Women's Circle is at 7:30 and the Power of Eight is at 6:30.
Okay, then I was mistaken in the correction.
Okay. Register now for the free one-day Anton virtual retreat on Friday, April 22nd, starting at 11 a.m. There will be inspiring speakers, amazing music, and breathtaking breakout sessions. Details are at antn.org. We're grateful for your tax-deductible donations by PayPal, check, Venmo, or Cash App. And thanks to the production team and presenters who make our Zoom celebrations work and have fun doing it. There's a short technical rehearsal before the celebration on Sunday. To join the team, contact Carla Ann. Next Sunday is again online. Reverend Bill lets us look at the metaphysical meaning of April showers and how we can use it as a reminder of the infinite creative power that's always working for us. Live original music by Bernard Sarkissian. Reverend Bill and the practitioners offer professional spiritual coaching and practical prayer by appointment. After the celebration, Breen will be available for a quick Miracle in a Minute prayer at no charge, and we'll leave the Zoom meeting open for people to talk among ourselves after the celebration.
Thank you, Sandy. So 2 weeks ago was the spring equinox, and you might recall that we set some intentions and planted some seeds for new stuff growing in our lives. And I just wanted to give you a quick update on the seeds that we planted. There's one of our 5 little sunflowers, and already 7 or 8 inches tall. So there is something coming up in your life now. It might not have broken the surface, but it is on the way now. And we get to dive into that a little bit more deeply. I do not see anybody who's a brand newbie here today. So we are going to bless ourselves. Go ahead and rub your hands together and grab some warmth. Feel it, feel it, feel it. And send that warmth out to everyone in the group and feel it coming back at you as we acknowledge that we are the bright lights of God's love. I'm so grateful for the way each of us is sharing our love and shining our light today. And welcome home. In lieu of hugging, as Susan does the next song, go ahead and gallery view and make eye contact with the folks who are in community with you. Susan?
Digging in the garden, we search for buried treasure, broken china hiding in the dirt. A yellow rose, the ghost of a teacup, daisies on the hint of a plate, coming up like crocuses out of the earth. We lay them on the sill in the sun, delicate and fragile everyone. Oh, shattered by our histories, left to wonder how we make it through. But look upon a stained glass window, so many pieces bound into one, colors come together in a holy hue. And we carry in us each and every shard, 'cause a life well lived must always bear a mark. Oh, the beauty in broken things, the beauty we can make our world and only feel the edges. We can speak our words and only hear the hurt. Or we can take each day a gift that is unspoken and see the beauty in the broken. The beauty in broken things, the beauty.
Beautiful. Thank you, Susan. So Carolyn made mention of the practitioner class. We've got 6 students in the class, and I love the way that our PITs, our practitioners in training, are working together and supporting each other. You know, one who has an extra computer that he's finished refurbing and just knows that it belongs at Carolyn's house, so off it goes. Jesus had volunteered to read The Flames of Faith, and Carolyn offered to back him up because Jesus is in his growing season. It's harvest time, driving cars back and forth to Florida. So Jesus, are you in a place where you can lead us in the flames of faith, or shall we have Carolyn take it? Carolyn it is.
We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine, feminine, and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today is brought to us by Jennifer from one of those wonderful books that every time you read it, get more and more and more out of it.
Yes, and that book is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this is about the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. The first agreement is the most important one and also the most difficult one to honor. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. It sounds very simple, but it is a very, very powerful statement. Why your word? Your word is the power that you have to create. Your word is the gift that comes directly from God. The Gospel of John in the Bible, speaking of the creation of the universe, says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is God." Through the Word, you express your creative power. It is through the Word that you manifest everything. Regardless of what language you speak, your intent manifests through the word. What you dream, what you feel, and what you really are will all be manifested through the word. The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak. What other animal on the planet can speak? The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free, or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic.
This is a new song I'm going to try for you guys today.
You toss a penny, you wish on a star, and hope fate will find you wherever you are. Then there's that moment you suddenly know that while you were searching, love followed you home. It won't all be sunlight, it won't all be shade, but you found your best friend, and dreams will be made. If life ever finds you lost and alone, just look beside you, love followed you home. Count each and every blessing, and when the day is done, hold on to each other and trust in this life. tears and in laughter. What's real will survive. When doubt surrounds you, don't keep your heart closed. Just look around you. Love followed you home. This is life's beauty. You learn as you go that what really matters is love followed you home. Love followed you home. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Brand new song. That's wonderful, Susan. Thank you for sharing that today. So the first agreement, be impeccable with your word. And Don Miguel Ruiz goes into detail on why impeccable is important. Not just clear or straightforward or honest, but impeccable. Because our words have so very much power. And it's all the words. It's all the words that we're using, the big words and the little words. The talk today is called Move Your Butt, and it's about little words. Because in New Thought, there are lots of big words that we bandy about, and those are the large concepts that we're dealing with. Consciousness is one of those big words, because what we're doing is we're cultivating our consciousness, our awareness of the divinity within, and our ability to create the experience that we desire in our lives, or to co-create. That's another one of those big words. So we are co-creators with that infinite power. And the big words and the big concepts are really powerful. And that's where all of the stuff, all of the juice in this New Thought teaching is coming to us. Another big word that we love is manifest. Manifest is where we are going to set an intention and invite some newness into our lives and co-create with that infinite power through consciousness to create something new in our life, and it's going to manifest for us. And it's just wonderful. Impact is another one of those words. It's not that long, but it's got that bigness, that fullness to it. And that's what we're looking to do, is to create an impact and a change and a transformation in our lives. Transformation, there's another big word that we love to bandy about around here. And it's wonderful, because what we're doing is we are creating transformation in our lives and in the experiences that we're having. And we have freedom, another big word, to choose what we want to invite into our lives. We have that freedom to use this creative process in whatever way is going to bring more of what we consider to be wonderful into our lives. And then sometimes the big words go into combination. We are each unique expressions of the divine. There's a nice chain together, big set of words. And the big concepts are crucially important, because that's what inspires us. That's what lets us know that we are co-creators, that we are part of this oneness, part of the wholeness that is this divine creation, and that it is not being done to us. We are not victims at the bottom of some galactic enterprise where the stuff is just being dumped down on top of us. We're actually participants in creating it. It is that consciousness, it is our able to be intentional that lets us create new experiences in our lives. And that's great. And we mentioned being impeccable with your word. So when we're using our words, it's really important to watch out for the ones that can trip us up. And it's the little words. It's the little connector words. It's the little words that can inadvertently undermine us or put dependencies in what we're saying. And as I mentioned, the talk is about move your butt. And it's not the one that you shake at a dance party. By the way, quick promo for the New Thought Philly dance team, the Groove team, which is going to be doing a dance party at the Anton Virtual Retreat on the 22nd of April. Make sure that you register for that immediately. It's going to be an absolutely wonderful day. Starts at 11 a.m., goes till 9:30, and the wrap up is an all-star concert with 4 performers from all over the world. I think Nemo is in India at this point. It's going to be spectacular. And I think 6 o'clock, the Philly Groove team, Sarah and Dina and Sandy and Jesus, will be hosting a dance party online. So you can move your butt with an extra T at that time. But the one we're talking about is the little connector word, B-U-T, that when we put it at the end of a statement, it completely undermines the statement because what we're about to say next disagrees with what we just said. You are great, but it almost doesn't matter what I say next. You're great, but you have such a grating voice. You're great, but you never do what I want. You're great, but it doesn't matter what I say after that. It takes all of the oomph, all of the good of what was before the but away, and just lets the air out of its tires. I love this, but it's too sweet. I love this, but it's too tart. I love this, but it's too small, but it's too big, but it's too, you make yourself into whatever Goldilocks you want to. As soon as you throw in the but, you have undermined what you just said. And listen for, well, you of course, with your finger to point, you'll be able to hear other people saying that. And when there's a but, okay, what are they just canceling out that they said that sounded like it was going to be nice, but now is not going to be? And then listen to yourself doing that. Because we all do it. We all have the ability to do that and to put a but in, and that undermines whatever good we're talking about. It is a great day, but it's raining over here. And it might not completely negate it, but it certainly takes the oomph out of it. When we're talking about our spiritual practice, we're talking about being intentional and creating new experiences with our word, we have affirmations. And those are really, really powerful statements. And the most powerful ones are the short ones. I am prosperous. And you can put a little tiny word into that right after I am prosperous. And whatever you say after that is going to completely or potentially undermine it. I am prosperous if I keep my spending under control. I am prosperous if I remember to save. I am prosperous if I don't get invited to a very expensive dinner. I am prosperous if our prosperity is then dependent on whatever comes after the if. And I am prosperous, full stop, is the end of the statement. When we are claiming our connection with this rich, abundant universe, I am prosperous is enough. Now we can connect that. I am prosperous and I have plenty of money to spend and to share and to save. That's fine. We can expand it out if we want to. I am my perfect weight if I just don't eat dessert. I am my perfect weight if I manage to exercise every day. I have loving relationships if I don't get into a fight. You know, whatever it is that you're putting an if after or an if in the middle of is undermining that claim that we're making. Another one of those little tiny words that gets in the way is when. I'll be my perfect weight when. My life is full of joy when I remember to smile. My wife is full of joy when I remember to do what she tells me to. I have my perfect job when my boss isn't a jerk. I have my perfect job when I finish school, when I get my degree, when I get my extra degree, when whatever. That's another word. And Roger Thiel, who created the Beyond Limits class, summed it up just beautifully. He talks about that island that we sometimes put ourselves on, which is someday I'll. And we plant ourselves on someday I'll. Someday I'll have this. Someday I'll have that. And that's the when. When we put a when into one of our claims, what we're doing is we're saying, I don't have it now. I'll be happy when I have a house. I'll be happy when I sell the house. I'll be happy when I get the car. I'll be happy when I have the relationship. When. And what we're saying is, I don't know when it's happening, but it's not now. So what I'm claiming is that I have it. I don't have it now. And this is a universe that does not understand the word no or not. The infinite don't know not. Don't know no. So when I am going to be talking about my my health, I will be setting an intention. I am healthy and comfortable and flexible and lean and whatever it is that I'm claiming. I don't want to say I'm not sick. I don't want to say the pain in my hand goes away, because then I'm talking about the pain in my hand. I'll be okay when the pain in my hand goes away. Oh my God, there's such a long chain of events that needs to happen before I'm going to be okay. Claim the good. Claim the good and leave the limitations out, because it doesn't help and it doesn't get us in the direction that we want to go. There's another one that can play into that as well, which is as. So as is a tricky one, because as I open myself to more and more wonderful experiences, those experiences fill my life. And I'm setting the intention to open myself up. But the as might not be necessary. I open myself to new experiences and they fill my life. Because when we put the as into it, what it says is, if I don't do that thing, then it's not going to happen. And I've now put a maybe into my behavior, which is now going to be the controlling factor in the experience that I'm having. Now, it's perfectly okay to do that. It is perfectly okay to do that. You don't have to. And it's important to remember that when you put some of these little words in the middle of, especially of an affirmation, but if you bring them into consciousness, when any of us brings them into consciousness, what we're doing is we are giving our ego, our stuff that we're not thinking about, our hidden beliefs, the ability to undermine that good that we're claiming. And the way that works is, if I have some belief left over from my childhood that there's never enough money, or I'm not lovable, and I put a wonderful claim, I am prosperous, I have my perfect loving relationships, and then I put an if or a when or a but, I have my perfect loving relationships, but I haven't found the right person yet. What's happening is we're taking that goal that our conscious mind has, and we're letting that belief that's in our subconscious take over and give us the experience that we've always had, that we claim that we don't want to have anymore, and bring that into our experience further. Recommendation: don't do that. Now, that was easy to say. We get to be intentional. We get to choose. And as Don Miguel Ruiz says, we get to be impeccable with our words. The highest possible level of fidelity and accuracy and precision about what it is that we're creating. Many, many years ago, Dina actually got an insight, one of those whispers from the infinite. The divine said, you are the architect of your experience. And it's true. You are the architect of your experience. And if you go to a construction site and they're putting up a house and there's a huge hole for a window, and the plans say there's no window that goes there, the construction crew is going to have to fix the hole because it needs to be adjusted to the plan, or somebody gets to go back and change the plans. But that construction, that project, that what's coming into being is determined first in the plan. It's determined in the architecture. It's determined by understanding that we want to have this shape, this size, this feeling, this flavor, this experience, and then set the plans in motion and allow the creative process to unfold as that plan. It's the same way with our lives and prayer and consciousness as it is with architects and construction crews. So you are the architect of your experience, and you get to be a little gold miner digging for the little words that you're using. If you find yourself with a but or an if or a when, see what happens if you change it to an and. Change it to an and. And is a yes word. I am prosperous, and I have my perfect loving relationships, and I am my perfect weight, and my life is filled with joy, and I have my perfect job, and you're great, and I love this, and it's a great day. And you deserve all of the good in your lives. So be specific, be intentional, be open, and allow yourself to be filled with all that joy, because you deserve it. So it is.
That was fabulous. When your faith starts to fray. Sorry, I got distracted. When your faith starts to fray, and that miracle you have been waiting for is worlds away. Steady, breathing deep. Trust that all will be okay. We'll see better days. You've got to hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope. It's unfair and too much to bear. You're hanging on tight as you swing on a life caught in midair. Steady, close your eyes. Feel us by your side. We're there. Our love is always there. Hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope. 'Cause there's nothing else to do. The only way out is through. You've got to hold on to hope. Hold on to hope. When you feel at the end of your rope, tie a knot and don't let go. Hold on to hope. 'Cause we are here. You're not alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you, Bill, for that inspiration. It's nice. And I now have the privilege to lead us in a bit of a meditation. And I was thinking about this author and philosopher, that I think many of us are familiar with. And he wrote a lot in the third person, and he had characters in his stories that would speak for him. And it's Dr. Seuss. And one of these characters was Horton from Horton Hears a Who. And Horton said his mantra was, I meant what I said and I said what I meant. And that is such a beautiful, beautiful idea, to mean what you say and say what you mean, and choose your words. So, and I think in our lives, I have to be careful how I say this. You know, Bill was talking about the buts, but this and but that. Maybe we all have one big but in our lives. You know, that maybe there's something that you want, and you've got this but, and we're gonna let go of that. We're gonna let go of our big butts. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so immature. Life is good. So I invite you to settle in wherever you are, get comfortable. I like to sit with my feet on the floor, my back straight, my hands palms up on my lap, and just be. Just be in this moment and relax. I invite you to take a nice, deep, cleansing breath, breathing in fully. And exhale with an audible sigh. Feel the vibration in your body as you sigh audibly. And if you didn't, we're going to do it again. And I invite you to sigh audibly and just feel that vibration as you let go of that breath. Breathing in. Just be here now in this moment. This God moment. Every moment is a God. I invite you just briefly to call to mind an area in your life where perhaps you've got a but, or an if, or a when. You know what it is. Don't think too hard about it. Just call it to mind. You know it's there. You just set that aside. And replace that, if you will. Yes. I say yes to my good. I say yes to my good. Without equivocation, without a caveat, without a but, or an if, or a when. I say yes to my good. I say yes. Just take that idea, that mantra, and repeat that to yourself in the silence. I say yes to my good. I say yes to my good.
as we say yes to our good, that infinite creative power that creates everything says yes. And the good flows. Because there is only one infinite power and presence, one divine love, one creator, one source. Call it spirit or God or nature or the Big Bang or whatever it is that we call it. There is only that one sharing itself as and through and in everything in this manifest universe. Everything is that divine essence taking its own particular form. And that everything includes me and each of us here. We are each expressions of the one. We are each focal points of that bright light of divine love. We are each co-creators, able to set an intention, open an invitation, create a channel through which that divine creative force can bring something new into our experience. And as we say yes to our good, that divine power says yes to us. And the good flows, and the love unfolds, and the light shines. Differently for each of us, but in exactly the same manner for all of us. Love is at hand right here and right now. And I'm grateful for all of the good that's flowing into our lives. I'm grateful for the willingness of each one to elevate our game, to step up and step in and shift language and open to good in new and novel and wonderful ways. I'm grateful for the stories that are even now unfolding about good and more good and more good flowing into our lives. And I'm grateful for the awareness of this creative process, grateful to know that this good is already underway. This creative process is already active. It's already happening. And so with a feeling of thanks, I speak this word of openness and invitation, of yes to our good, and I release it into that creative law and know that it's already saying yes. And so it is. So it is. Take another deep, full breath. Let your attention come back to your body, back to the room in the Zoom. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, shrug your shoulders. Come on back, open your eyes when you're comfortable. And Susan's going to sing us another song.
Mothers and daughters, cut from the same cloth. We promise our hearts till death do we part in front of the same God. We say I love you, then we say I do. Then we spend years saying I'm sorry more than we have to. There's something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Daughters and mothers carry the same scars. We question our worth, what we deserve. We inhabit the same dark. We say I love you, then what do? We put ourselves down, put ourselves last. Look at our lives, a half-empty glass. That's something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. undo what has been done? Is it set in stone who we become? She is my daughter. We have the same eyes. She's quick with a word, quick to feel hurt. Her shadows are all mine. And how I love her, as mothers do. And I'll be damned if I'll make her carry more than she has to. Of something borrowed, something blue. I've been handed down this sorrow, but I swear I won't make it true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Something blue. Thanks.
Thank you, Susan. That was wonderful. That was wonderful. So we've been toying with some concepts and planting some seeds, and interesting to see what's blossoming for us. So if you have something that you'd like to give voice to from this morning, please go ahead and wave your hand and get a chance to share it. Sandy Fried.
I hope I can say this right or say it clearly, put together the words. Something happened, Bill, when you were speaking, and then added on to when Breen did the meditation. So what I understood, probably everybody here knows it already, but I'm understanding it for the first time, is that in standing in affirming and calling in what is mine now without any qualifiers, it's the same thing as affirming the truth of who I am. It's the same thing as standing in the beauty and perfection and beauty of myself. It's exactly the same thing. And I never quite saw it as clearly as I did today. So thank you. I don't know whether it was because I pulled the computer closer up to my face. I don't think it was that. It was just beautiful. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Sandy. And yeah, that's congratulations and thank you. That's all I can say. Yeah. Dana, and then Christine Joy.
Sandy, the moment that you were describing that passage between Bill and Breen, there was a tremendous energy surge. Anyways, that's how I felt. It was the capacity of all of us being together was palpable. I don't know what the right word is, but it was tremendous. Anyways, thank you.
Thank you. Christine Joy and Liam and Bobby, is your hands up?
Yep.
Okay.
And Bill. So I have a story. Give me a sec.
Yep. Can you get a little closer to the microphone?
Sure. Well, all right, here's a story of mine. So apparently, me, Christine, Ina and Bobby were playing some games downstairs. And then my friends came in, and they wanted to play with us inside. Then Kamori one of my friends had a party. I came with him, and we had so much fun. That's my story.
Thank you, Liam.
No problem.
Anybody else before we go back to Annie's got one, and then Sandy's turn again with the offering.
Speaking of fun, Liam, when during the song about holding on to the rope, I was thinking about when I was a kid, my brother used to take me to this lake. I'm pretty sure we weren't allowed to be in there. And we'd have to swim out to this island, and there was a rope swing, and there was a knot on the bottom. And the most fun was when you would let go of the knot. You know, it was fun to swing out and swing back, but it was so much more fun to let go and dive in.
The metaphor of letting go of the knot. I love it. Sandy?
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gift you share helps fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We're grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there's a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card or PayPal. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on our screen, and we'll say it together. Well, we'll say it together. I live in an abundant
universe.
I am
I'm
one
with the
infinite source of all good. I am the center of prosperity.
I am the center
I
of joy, richness,
life.
I bless my gift.
I
I share my gift with gratitude and joy.
And
Know that as I give, I do receive.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it is.
Amen.
So it is. Susan, one more.
The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Father Time's got a job to do. Punches in his time card, then he's coming for you. You pray to St. Joe for that 9 to 5. You should be praying to St. Valentine. Louder than the dollar, shines a light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Hug your kids and call your mother. Be grateful and be kind to others. Kiss more, laugh more, just for starters. Work hard, but love harder. You get so lost in your daily grind, you forget that there ain't no second time around. 20, 30, 40 years fly through. Suddenly you're wondering where'd your dreams get to. Louder you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Be a friend, don't be a martyr. Make mistakes, they'll make you smarter. Take your life and turn it up louder. Work hard, but love harder. Hug your kids and call your mother. Be grateful and be kind to others. Kiss more, laugh more, just for starters. Work hard, but love harder. Work hard, but love harder. Work hard, but love harder.
Yee. Oh, thank you. That was wonderful, Susan. That was wonderful. And thank you all. I'm so blessed by this wonderful community and the way that we are able to connect and let that bright light of love shine. If we were together, we would all be forming a circle by now. But since we don't have that, let's go ahead and all unmute our microphones so that we can close together in a cacophony. Go ahead and repeat after me. I am love.
I am
Love.
I am love.
I am light.
I am
I
light.
am
light.
light.
I move my butt.
I move
my butt.
I shine my light.
I
shine my light.
And I share my love.
And I share my love.
Drop the mic, so it is.
So it is.
So it is. Yay.
Gosh, Dina, I'm so glad your prayer work story turned out so well.
Right?
Susan,
was
that's amazing.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Absolutely beautiful.
Totally agree.
Wonderful.
Grateful.
Lovely.
Susan, do you write most of your own songs?
Yes, I am a songwriter. So,
Wow.
yes. Thanks. Thank
Do you have a CD out, being that I'm not techie?
I do.